El único niño, Daniel. A ver, vamos a ver. Sí. Estamos en vivo. ¿Le puedo bajar el volumen? ¿Le puedo bajar el volumen? Son los dos primeros de la izquierda. Vamos a airela. Bienvenidos. Estamos en la clase de jóvenes Relentless. Gracias.
Acabo de venir del hospital.
Los dos primeros de ver abajo a la izquierda.
Tengo otra presión.
Todo. Gracias. Por aquellos que nos están viendo en línea, bienvenidos. Estamos aquí, vamos a pasar la primer clase de Relentless en vivo. Se me toda mi chauvinidad aquí, pero bueno, gloria a Dios porque estamos abundantes, ¿verdad? Bienvenido a Relentless. Hoy estamos empezando una nueva serie que se llama Family Matters, ¿verdad? ¿Cuántos de aquí tienen familia? ¿Verdad? Quiero que con tus manos, o ahí si estás viendo en el chat, pongas cuántos miembros de tu familia hay en tu casa. Enséñame con tus manos.
¿Ahorita?
Sí, no, o sea, en tu familia viviendo contigo, incluyéndote a ti. ¿Cuántos son? 5, 7, 4.
We're the five family.
¿Ah?
We're the five family.
Ese conmigo son 3, si cuento mi perrito, 4. Pues vamos a ver temas bien importantes. Fernando, bienvenido. Un aplauso para nuestro líder Fernando. Estamos en vivo. Si quieren mandar saludos a los que nos están viendo.
Pánico escénico.
Nada más no vas a disparar. Fernando con ustedes. A ver, Fern, ¿puedes estar? Entonces, antes de empezar, on Friday we were talking about, we were doing a game called Would You Rather, right? And I have some questions for you today. Huh? I know. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, each of you, something, and you will answer, would you rather this or that, okay? Daniel, would you rather to wear pink all the time, or never be able to wear black?
Oh.
So any color, but not black, right? Awesome.
Dude.
Josiah, would you rather $1,000 right now, or $10,000 in a year?
I think I found. Oh, wait a minute. I see what you're doing here.
What?
I think $10,000.
$10,000 in a year. Oh, smart. If you're watching us, put it there. What do you want? $1,000 right now or $10,000 in a year? Okay?
That might not be very wise.
Larissa, would you rather
That's $1,000.
to be super smart or super strong?
Super strong.
Huh?
Super strong.
Super strong? Why? Oh, I am smart now.
Because I'm already smart.
Nice. What's up? Tali, would you rather to be the oldest sister or the youngest sister?
Of course, the oldest.
The oldest. Why?
One. Maybe because I have more liberty. I would rather be the youngest porque los más chiquitos son los más consentidos.
Oh,
Yeah.
spoiled brats.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Hey, I'm the youngest one. I'm not spoiled. Well, my brother says I am. But Esther, would you rather not able to read or not able to speak?
Who needs to be
Not able to speak, because when you read, you can speak.
Oh, okay, so put your answers in the chat if you're watching us. Would you rather this or that? Mr. Fernando.
I'm here.
Would you rather not able to use your phone ever, forever? Hello, welcome. Or would you rather to not have internet at all? not able to use your phone, or not able to use internet at all. You can use internet in your laptop, in a tablet, in a computer, but not in your phone. Or you can only use your phone, but you don't have internet with all the things. Phone or internet?
No, internet.
Okay. So we're talking about family matters. We're just ice breaking right now. So we all have families, right? I'm going to ask you something. Our family is beautiful? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
And now be honest. Our family a mess? Yes or no? Yes. So today's topic it's called beautiful mess, right? Because our family is beautiful. We love our family, right? But as well, all families have issues. Say with me, issues. Not tissues. Issues, right?
Tissues, but with no.
So if you're watching us there, tell us, put there, beautiful mess. That's what we're talking today. We're live. So everybody can say hi to people who is watching us live. Hi, thank you. Not to you, they're watching.
Hi guys, I'm on Instagram and use my code Hannah. No, for real, I have a code. For what?
Hannah's giving us her
You
code.
get 40% off your first purchase on Buddy Spend Day. I'm
Nice.
being for real.
We believe you. We believe you, Hannah. So,
Buddy bandanas for your dog.
okay, they're giving announcements. So we're talking about family. We love our family, and I want you to be open and be honest to yourselves and with us. Maybe I know that you're like, well, we're live. They're gonna watch this. Nobody's gonna watch these videos, right? Not even you watch these videos. So. I know you do. But I want you to be honest because we want to talk about our family. These 6 weeks, we're going to talk about our families, and I know that somehow we have to be loyal to our families, and we don't like to talk bad about our families, even though we always talk bad about our families. But I want us to be open enough to, it's not about talking bad, but about feel comfortable to express your feelings. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's going on in your family? Because we are here to help you to talk about family matters. How to help you to improve as a family. And I'm not saying that, oh, we have the best family, is better than yours, so I'm going to teach you how. No, we're all in this together. In the first class, we were talking about, I was telling you my story with my family, right? That we're not perfect. We are not all the time agreeing and ¿cómo se dice? Todo alegre y color de rosa, right? We have arguments, we have fights, and we have differences, right? I know that pretty much of us, we all have that. The thing is that we need to understand that even though we have issues as family, God put our family with a purpose. So God, it's perfect, yes or no? Yes, yes. So God is perfect. So God knows what He's doing. He put your mom and your dad in that family for a reason. He put your brother and sister in that family for a reason. He put you in that family for a reason. So that's what we want to learn today. Family is a beautiful mess. Even though God is perfect, and He gave us the perfect family, doesn't mean we are perfect as family. Because God put mom and dad, and He put some things to do. The problem is mom and dad not all the time do what God is demanding them to do. And then is when issues start coming and problems became worst, right? The same thing with us, right? We as children, God expects something from us, right? But not all the time we do what God is expecting from us. And then problems came and we have issues, right? Something that I understand in my family is that trying to not make it personal. My family, my mom, my dad, before they get married, they had a family, right? They had their own issues. So they came with those issues in their marriage and became bigger issues. They had kids and things happened and became bigger issues. So when we don't identify which issues are we dealing with personally, We mix these issues towards each other and we blame each other. So in this class of Beautiful Mess, we want to understand that. Remember that understanding is not the same thing as justifying, right? I can understand that my mom and my dad do these things because they think is the way that they grew up learning to do, or they think is the best way to do, even though I do not agree in some things. But I don't think they're doing it because they want to hurt me, or they don't like me, or they hate me. I now understand that they're doing it because they try to do their best under their knowledge, you know? So that's how we become a beautiful mess. We were talking about how many family members of our family we have each other. Some of us, we have mom and dad and brother and sister, right? That's a nuclear family. Some of us, we just have one or more, or either our mom or our dad, or they're separated. We have stepbrothers, stepsisters, right? So from every person adding to the family, it's another issue coming into the family. Not that the person is a problem, but the person has problems, right? So we added those problems to our family that we need to identify, to deal with them, and to help to regain a better family, a better environment as a family. So I was telling the class before that I grew up in a Christian family. Most of you know my story already, right? And even though I grew up in a Christian family, we're not perfect. We're still not perfect. My mom came out with a background. She never heard "I love you" her whole life. She never was celebrate a birthday or holiday. So she knew how old she was until she got married with my dad. With a certificate birth, she realized how old she was. She never knew how old she was until then. My dad, he grew up in a family where my grandpa, he was a womanizer, he was a drunk person, and he used to physically abuse my grandma, right? And my older uncle. So my mom and my dad came with those issues, and when you understand certain issues, you have a decision. Either I'm going to do the same thing as revenge, they did this to me, so I'm going to do it to them. Or you're going to identify, they did this to me, I don't want to do the same thing to them, right? So you do the opposite, or you imitate the same cycle. So my parents, thanks God, they decided to do the opposite, right? My mom, she's very loving. She tells me all the time how much she loves me. She hugs me. My dad, he's a hard worker. He never betrayed my mom. He's a very sociable and friendly person. So even though they decide to do the opposite on those noticeable issues, there are some other issues that they didn't identify. Until today, they still have some issues that they haven't identified. They just react the way that they do because they think that's how it is, you know? So my work is to identify my issues with my family, what I like, what I don't like, what I like to improve them, encourage them, and to help to become a better environment as a family, and the ones that I don't like it, not to judge them because that's not our job, right? Not to criticize them, not to point at them, not to throw it at their faces every time we fight with them, but to give it to God and say, God, I don't like this about my family. What can I do to help change this environment, right? So now when you start identifying, for example, I was telling that one of the things in my family is the word cállate. I hate that word because for me, cállate, it's a very, very unrespectful word. But they use it all the time, especially when they're mad. They're like, cállate. I'm like, no se dice cállate, se dice guarda silencio, right? And they get mad at me because I'm trying to educate them, right? Because I'm the kid. So it's illogical to be fighting towards your parents. They're the parents. At the end, most of our families, as kids, or word doesn't really matter. You know, you can give your opinion, but they're the parents, so they're the ones who are right at the end, right? So we need to understand our place as a family. And when I meant that, it doesn't mean like, yeah, they can hate you, they can treat you bad, they can verbal abuse. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking to you about what God says, who you are, so you can live according to God, and that will change your dynamics with your family. Okay? So, you have your Bibles with you? No? Yes? Ooh. Okay. I hope you have your Bibles. Let's go to Mark 3:25. Let's read together Mark 3:25. And this is very something important that I want you to understand. I want you to see your family through God's eyes. I want you to see your family as how God sees them. I want you to, Mark 3:25. I want you to see your family as the original way that God meant for your family. Okay? If you see your mom and your dad right now and your brother or sister, and you see all the issues that they have, that's not God's original purpose. Right? So I want you to become God's eyes, to see your family, love your family, and decide to unify with your family for a better environment, a better future together. So who can read loud, please? Mark 3:25. No? Volunteers? In the chat, you want to read it? Okay, I'm going to read it. Follow with me. Right? It says, if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. En español no dice casa, dice familia. Una familia dividida se derrumba, se cae. That's what we want to learn about part of the family matters. It's okay for you to express what you feel, your anger, your fears, your issues, your disappointments, your anxiousness. But the point is, it's not just about vent it out, right? It's about doing something about those things. So during these weeks, we want you to be honest to yourself. And as a challenge, I want you to write a list. I want you to get a notebook or something, not right now, at your house, during this week. And I want you to make 2 lists. One list, it's about the things that you love about your family. And the other list is about the things that you don't like about your family. And during this week, we're going to work through those things, and we're going to see if you feel comfortable, we can see each other one by one, leader with you, so we can help you specifically more in details. But what I care is that many times we know that we have issues. We all have issues. We all families have issues, but we ignore those issues. We think that, oh, my family is like that, and that's it. I have to deal with it in my own way. In your own ways, feeling hate, anger, stress, anxiousness, depression, and that's not good. That's not godly. So that's what I want you to do, to vent it out, to get it out, so we can help you how to deal with those issues and become a better family in the future. Because, for example, in my family, we're 4, right? Mom, dad, brother, and me, and I. I cannot change my mom, my dad, my brother, how they think, how they feel, how they react, right? I cannot do that. But most of the time, we spend so much time, energy, and strength trying to do that. Trying to make them understand, to change, to act differently, right? The only thing that I can do, and it's in my power in my hands, is the way that I think, I feel, and I react. And I know it's hard because it's like you against the current. It's you against the whole environment in your family. But believe me in something, I have experienced it. Once you change, the whole dynamic in your family will change. The thing is that when we get tired and we stop doing what is right, we come back to the destruction cycle, right? The Bible actually says that do not get tired of doing the right thing, because at their time you will give fruit. You will have results. But sometimes we don't see results immediately, and we get anger, we get frustrated, we have stress. We just let it out, right? And we don't want to be with our family. One of the questions of would you rather, in the other class, I asked you this. Would you rather to change one family member of your family, or to keep the same family members that you have? What would you say?
Take all of them.
Change all of them. Switch. Next family, please. If you're watching us there, put it there. Would you rather to change a family member of your family, or to keep the same family that you have? In the last class, nobody answered. They were like, oh, it's a tough question. They want to, but they don't want to. You know, it's like beautiful mess. Your loyalty is telling you no, but your feelings is telling you, yes, I'm tired of them, you know? So I changed the question, and I'm changing it right now. So it's easier for you to answer. Would you rather to change something of that family member personality, or to have the same personality of that member?
Change the personality.
Change something of their personality.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us what? Maybe not to who. Okay, you already look at her. What would you change? What would you change?
The way she is.
Huh?
The way she is.
The way she is? Something more specific?
Disposer.
Disposal. For example, I was telling them that I don't look well, kind of. But like, I am very similar to my mom. We argue a lot. We are both very stubborn. And the thing is, when a topic came out, and we're talking about something about the Bible, about society, about an issue, whatever it is, we're talking about, and in my mind, we're like two people talking, right? So she's expressing her opinion, her feelings, and we can do the same thing. But at some point, it triggers something that she gets mad, and then from being two people talking, it's like mom is telling you to shut up because you're being unrespectful. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? I thought we were just talking, like, just because I don't agree with you. You know, so I know my family will change a lot of things about me. And of course, I want to change a lot of things about my family as well, you know. But something that I learned is that God put my mom and my dad and my brother in my family for a specific purpose. And He put us together because He wants something specially to work with us together. So I want you to see your family like that. I want you to see your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, like God give you that family for a specific purpose. What it is, I don't know. We need to know, right? What are some of the examples that God demands us as children? What we have to do as children? What you can tell me? What we can do, what we have to do as children according to God? Honrarlos. Fern, can you write down the board, please, in the back? Oh, there's a one there. Thank you. Honrarlos. What else? Honor them, right? What else? What else? What else we have to do according to God again towards our family? Huh? I can hear it. I can hear it.
Love them.
Love them. Good. Fern. Love them, please. Love them. What else? What else we have to do?
Be thankful.
Be thankful. Yes, awesome. Being thankful.
Be loyal.
Huh?
Be loyal.
Loyal. Yes. What else? Tete. Larissa. Hannah. What else? What we have to do towards the family according to God?
Respect them.
Respect them. Exactly. What else?
Trust them.
Trust them. True. One more before we continue?
Did you put obey?
Not yet. Obey. Okay? So those are basics, right? Basics. Obedience, respect, love, right? Honest, trust. But the thing is that even though we know that, because we all know that, right? Why we stop doing it? Because we start focusing in their issues. And we take it personal, right? We don't see them as God sees them. So today we almost finished. We want you to pray about this. I want you to say, God, thank you because you hate me a family. And later on, this week's about family matters is going to be really awesome topics. One of them is called Surviving the Hunger Games, right? Ano como así? Surviving the Hunger Games, right? Hunger Games. Have you seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
No?
My dad never let me watch.
Always do a marathon, a marathon about it. Like every single year, I have to marathon that. I really do.
I love.
And because sometimes we feel like that at family, right? Like we don't even want to be at home because we know that it's going to be fights. It's going to be anger, screaming, yelling. I don't know if your house cussing. I don't know. Don't say it. Ooh,
No.
I'm just kidding. So sometimes it's not a place where we want to be there. So that's what I want to talk about it, right? Some of the other ones is army of, how many members you have with your family, right? We are an army. We are together in this. Sometimes, how is it? FYP? What it means? For your page. But in this situation, it's going to be forgive you, please. You know, like, sometimes we don't even want to forgive them, right? Like, just leave me alone. Stop bothering me. You have hurt me so much, I don't want nothing to do with you. Yes, you're my family, you're my blood, whatever. And I hope we're not in that situation here yet. I pray God is not there. But we want to avoid to get to that point. But because we have seen that so many families. Maybe our families. Thanks God, God restored them, right? So I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to pray to finish. And I want you to think about this. I want you to think about your family. And one of the last topics is YOLO. You only live once. And the same thing with your family. Your family, in this life, that is your only life, this is the only family that you will have. Your parents are going to be your parents just for this life. After this, they're not going to be your parents anymore. So how to take advantage of them? Yes. How to take advantage of that, you know? Because if we just skip this and we go whatever next we're going, depending on your situation, you missed something amazing. That is your family. So one of my prayers is, God, don't let me pass this time, this life, without taking advantage of my family, without loving them and embrace them and helping them and be a bless for them, and they can be a bless for me as you meant them to be for me and me for them. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to open your heart to God and say, God, I'm here. Whatever is going on in my house, whatever situation, whatever issue they have, I have, we have, we want to be in you. We want to know according to your heart, according to your expectations. That we can be okay if we don't fulfill our family expectations. If we only fulfill your expectations, God, we can be okay. Help us to have peace, to have a strength, to be honest, to give what we have in our hearts, in our minds, so you can heal us, restore us, and encourage us to become a better family. We love you, God, in the name of Jesus. Amen. So guys, keep in touch. Right? Don't keep in touch. Thank you. Keep in touch. We're gonna keep uploading material in TikTok, YouTube, Relentless, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We have now. So we're giving away things during challenges and questions that we do. Aquí Josie se ganó de Action Bible, right? La verdad estuvimos dando camisa de Passion. Estuvimos regalando Whataburger gift cards, right? Entonces, keep in touch, conéctense, síganos, denos like, suscríbanse, compártanlo para que puedan ganarse cosas así. ¿Sale? ¿Alguna pregunta, duda? ¿Algo antes de irnos? ¿No? ¿Todo bien en línea? Sorry, en línea no puedo monitorear lo que están hablando, preguntando, discúlpenos. Estaremos trabajando en eso para tener una mejor transmisión con ustedes. Y pues bueno, vamos a cortar transmisión. Nos vemos en TikTok y YouTube. ¿Ok?
Pausa.